We got an Archmage back. Ain't that crazy? Is the meta shifting again? Did Night Elves get too good against the Mountain King? We'll see about that. Maybe it's a comfort thing. Maybe Infi just wants to stay different. He's been playing Dark Ranger a lot, then Mountain King a lot. And now he's back to the old man and the horsey. Interesting developments here. Demon had a strong start with more HP, more armor. Archmage, more attack. So better creeping. Seems like he's playing this one base, huh? Wow, on the last day of this patch, we figure out you can still play one base Blood Mage pushes. Is that what is happening? Level 2 Archmage, pretty much right away, gets the mantle as well. Fantastic start for both. Happy to see that Colorful did not abandon Immolation, as especially versus the Rifle Caster push might be necessary, even though evasion is pretty good there as well. Infi not going for Dark Ranger tower pushes anymore, huh? Many have been mourning the move away from Infi, by Infi, away from the Dark Ranger, and then most likely next week the patch is hitting as well. So bye-bye Dark Ranger. But maybe we'll see Beastmasters, Pit Lords, whatever you can think of. But that's for the future. And not for the status quo. It is a rather tame start. Both are contesting each other a little bit. Infi shows, okay, I know pretty much exactly what you're doing, where you're at. Oh, surround? No. Solid distraction by Infi, I would say. Not aiming for a level 3. Just keeping the Demon Hunter away from level 3. So a little bit of a trade-off. And on the other side, Colorful doesn't have anything to fear in his main base. No Hunter's Hall up just yet. No lores to cancel. I think if you play this, ideally... could have gotten him close. Nice idea by Colorful, I have to say. Now the Hunter's Hall is coming with quite some mana, but Hunter's Hall, a very sturdy building with lots of HP. If the building has a lot of HP, you also get a lot of HP per second during production. Except if it takes forever, then it doesn't. Anyway, hard to kick. And round and round and round it goes so far. Both have boots, both have some good attacks. And that's about it then. Colorful knows what's out there. He sees the rifles. It's so straightforward. It's gonna be a Blood Mage. It's gonna be rifles. It's gonna be casters. And the push is gonna hit you. But how can you prepare for that? Naga, very good DPS. Right across the board. Good control as well. But now, Infi is trying to be disruptive. He's always been a disgusting player to play against. He really wants to make you suffer while playing this beautiful game. And that's pretty much exactly what's happening here. A little bit of wisp juggling. Colorful drops one of the balls. And in the meantime, also archers contested here. Feels like Infi is taking the initiative, as he must. You gotta accelerate as fast as possible. Only now the first lure. I think there was a very precise timing by Infi. It was a very well thought out timing by Infi. Archmage blocked, getting some HP shaven off. I have the hope that Infi is gonna be playing a nice second half of the Super League. He got the potential. He had 4 days break. Show us what you got. Bit problematic that it's only a level 1 water elemental. Doesn't add too much, but lumber's been disrupted. Dryads are expensive. You need Dryads against the Blood Mage just to dispel the banish. At least the tier 3 is done. No mana burn. Evasion it is for more tankiness. Fork Lightning available. Many Night Elves are banking on high level Night Elf heroes. Big damage with Immo, big damage with Fort Lightning, trying to break the upcoming contain with that. Archmage is a beast with all these mana and damage items. And the push is coming. Gotta be. We get the first Sorg to control the Demon Hunter even further, especially in the absence of Dispel. I don't think we're gonna get Dryads to Dispel here. I don't think he has the time. I think he knows. Imagine this Water Elemental kicks the lore. No, no, no. Not happening. Solid scouting here. No big flaws on any side just yet. This is a huge upgrade for Colorful, of course. On the return day of Super League, we're gonna have games every day till February 4th. February 4th, grand final of Super League. Calm before the storm. Infi is giving Colorful a little bit of time. Level oh, Sobi Mask as well. He can banish till the end of days. Is there no break on the 30th? I don't think so. Maybe my schedule is a bit outdated, but the schedule I've received is no breaks. I think. I can double check for you, Stufka. Stufka number 1. Okay, here's the push. This is what we have all been waiting for 8 minutes. Everyone knew this would be coming. Is Colorful prepared enough? We do have an orb. We do have an invul. On the other side, we got a heal scroll against the strong Fort Lightning. I think Colorful is as well prepared as you possibly can. With Bears up, with Orb up, with double level 3s. This is not gonna be too easy for Infi. And I say this many, many, many times. Colorful has been one of the best defensive players in the past half a year. Now he has to do it one more time. It's not that easy, as we have managed to disable your main damage dealer, Wisps. Oh, you don't need that Dispel against the Water Elemental. You can Dispel against the Archmage to deny another Water Elemental. Sheeps are getting fried here as well. Lamb on the menu. Oh boy, that's big fodder, of course, to get one additional Water Elemental out, and the Tug of War continues. Demon Hunter looking strong, Colorful looking strong, only now losing the first bear. Many others have been saved into the base, can then reju and heal and be back in no time. Colorful with a sweet level 4, got pretty much an entire level here, and that is the easiest defense of the day. Holy hell. Infi had no chance with this push. So far. So far. That was just the first wave, though. Can he do it again? Human sustain is amazing with priest and archmage. Free heal, free mana. Colorful as well at the first storm. He gotta reach the nighttime. Oh, heroes for Infi are not looking too great. What? Why did this push not hit that well? I wonder. Just good target fire. Very, very, very good detonates. Your Barmy, I see you. I'm gonna read it after the game. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well-controlled fight by Colorful so far, I'd say. Infi, breaking upkeep. He's still got that heal score, but on the other side, we got double Orb of Venom. So much tick damage. I don't see the damage of Infi. While he was one of the best Archmage players this game has ever seen in the 2020s, this push is falling apart. One more heal scroll. Demon Hunter still has Immolation though, being controlled by Banish once again. Archmage in dire straits. Naga continuously tapping on that old man, and there's no other chance for Infi than to get out and tap out. Well done. So simple. Get to level 3, get to tier 3, and hold. So, do you think Infi has better chances with the Mountain King? Is that old Archmage strategy just a one-map thing? Just a strategic choice to confuse Colorful a little bit?
A player's forces are under attack.
Good scouting sees that games are going pretty much according to the norm thus far. It is a tier 1 expansion. On Autumn Leaves we oftentimes see that, as it is relatively easy to creep. It's super close to the main. Mountain King level 2 with the ring and claws. We of course all fear him because of Stormbolt surrounds, because of lucky bashes. Sometimes the Mountain King by himself can ruin an entire early day, but same goes for the Demon Hunter. Colorful level 2 with mana burn and immolation. A very mana heavy build that is. But he wants to use immolation against Footman Militia. Oh, 4 units. Infi, how good are your surrounds? Gets the diamond closed. Right next to a moon. Well, the question is, can he reach? No, he just opens it up again. Because that Footman was about to fall. Maybe a second chance with the bash. Colorful, gotta be careful. Moon juice has been depleted. Every bash is another opportunity. And this is Infi with 3 Footmen, 4 Footmen, and that Mountain King. Now, of course, he would love to have a Water Elemental, but sometimes an axe and a hammer and a couple of swords are enough to deal with that. Colorful with a huge loss on the cost of, for now, just XP. And he keeps up the pressure to not give Colorful any time to bounce back, while he at the same time is expanding smoothly, swiftly. This is where the Demon Hunter is supposed to be at that stage of the game. But Infi turning it around. Trying to go for mercenaries now, as we've seen a couple of times. Free healing from that Shadow Priest then, and free, not free damage, but big damage from the Berserker. This push has to hit hard. Arcane Tower isn't up yet. Nice timing by Colorful. And all the Footmen are still hurt. Oh, block. But good movement. Colorful again shows at the right time, at the right place. He's still one of the tip top players, even though he had a little bit of a break before Super League. 2 months without any tournaments for him. But now, for Infi, it's just about holding this, and as much damage as he can do. The Berserker falls immediately. Oh, this is not looking too great, man. Demon Hunter in bad shape. Berserker, huge XP for the Dwarf. Feels like as one-sided as game 1 was, as one-sided as game 2, just in the opposite direction. We do have a counter expansion again, but that went on the cost of the regular tier 2 tech. And with only Demon Hunter archers, Night Elf can't really do too much. A Naga necessary. Dryad Spears all necessary. But Infi, he can do a lot of heavy lifting with the Mountain King and Footman for a long time. So, second chance for that Arcane. There it is. Cool runnings. 52 months. Let's go.
B2W Hi Bucky Good Vibes Grub Lol Sol Aparura 1 SP 4 to 2 biceps.
Just flexing with a little bit of emotes there of all the people you support, eh? I love it. I love it. I love it. When people are, I mean, of course I love it when people are supporting us, but all the other content creators in the scene, these amazing people that we got. Amazing surround there as well after the Stormbolt. Footy seems to be safe with a bash. Ooh, careful, Colorful. Imagine he gets this bash that we've just seen on the Archer on the Demon Hunter. This is so risky, Colorful. Still gets the kill. The sheep is not blocking. Colorful is playing it very close to the flame. Could get burned anytime. This looks more like yesterday. What happened yesterday, Young Fang? I gotta say, I did not watch any Warcraft in the past 4 days. But teach me, Senpai. Oh, what a snipe by Colorful. Look at that. The Wisp is in position. That Shredder is so expensive. Huge moment for Colorful. Oh, what a well-designed creepjack. Question is, how hard will he be punished for it? We do have a TP. Here's the Stormbolt. Dodges it really well. Shredders are becoming more and more important in Warcraft 3. And then, of course, there are opportunities to snipe them. This was risky. The entire mid-game by Colorful, extremely risky. If he collects a bash, he's dead. If the sheep blocks you, he's dead. If he doesn't dodge the Stormbolt with an invul, he's also dead. But at the top...
B2W forever.
At the top, you need to take these risks. Rain! Thank you very much for the 43 months. Indeed, B2W forever. I hear that in the Anthony Fantano voice. Infi is filthy, filthy rich. And again, going for a rifle push as it seems. Sanctums must be coming up then. No tier 3. No air against the Demon Hunter. Naga has to level big time, man. This will require a lot of attention here. But some pickups. Well done. Footman, of course, exposable. Especially at this stage in the game, you want to rotate them out. Rifle, casters, there it is. Real-time replay feature, nice production quality. As long as I remember to hit the buttons, man. As long as I don't pog out myself too much. Throw my hands in the air and... like, I just don't care. Nah, I gotta hit 2 buttons for that to work. And sometimes I'm too excited to remember that. Lots and lots of farms. Ooh, that's triple lore. Look at that. Who would have thought? So cool. You sexy motherfucker, you. I hope life is good. I hope the family is well. Always so sick to see you. And Moisan, thank you for the 59. Let's go. This is looking very promising for some sweet, sweet tier 2 fights, especially Infi. Loaded inventory. Double heal scroll, blizzard, mana pot, health zone. Got so many consumables. Colorful played 3 lores the other day, but was only producing from 2. Well, you know how it is with the Night Elves. They are slow learners, right? So, one step at a time. You need that foundation first, and then maybe in 2027, they're gonna use that 3rd lore. Maybe it was just a research facility. You don't know that. But yeah, things could be optimized, that's for sure. But so far it looks like all lores were in production. That of course shifts the timing forward if you can afford it. Very, very low on lumber now with only 6 lumber wisps. As we have 10 in the gold mines, no shredder. On the other side we have 10 as the shredder was sniped. Rage bait caster. Well. Fact stating caster, I would say. Oh, what an invite to a blizzard! Oh no! Yeah, I think this is expectable if you position your moonwells like this. Infi takes this gift. 3 moonwells presented on a silver platter, and this Archmage is doing so much damage! That's super funny! Wrecked by building placement. Oh my god. 4 moonwells is what, 650 gold? Lamau. He wanted to be pretty. He wanted to have a little extended pool here. That's crazy. Now there's no blizzard anymore. Mountain King still has the health stone, can stay in this fight forever. I don't think the third lore at the moment is doing much for him. Almost getting surrounded here. Blizzard should be back in a bit. And I wonder, how are you supposed to stop Infi with the 75 push? We get the rejuve in. Peasant still surrounding a Demon Hunter, which is not ideal. 1,000 gold, 75 lumber. That's what happens when you only have 6 lumber wisps. 3 moonwells dead. And Infi is just tearing him to pieces. And this game looks over. I mean, there's a big bank by Colorful. Yeah, you know, it doesn't need a prophet to tell that this Archmage is gonna go Blizzard on Autumn Leaves and then having the Moonwell see. I mean, it looked pretty. It looked pretty, but it was quite an invite. Oh, mamma mia. If he builds them on the right hand, like if he builds them like this on the right hand side, next to the lore, I think that's fine. But especially on Autumn Leaves, where you see Archmage Blizzard all the time, and where also the laboratory is so close to this position, I think this wasn't the best building placement ever. I feel like Colorful should have gotten more inspired by a Sonic building placement, maybe. This could be a heavily pimped Demon Hunter as well. Do you want to play one base with an MK? Not really, right? Not really. Wonder if Infi is brave enough to go mass air again. He was one of the... I don't know what to say it. No, it's not a pioneer. So he was playing Mountain King Dragonhawks in like 2024, 2025 as one of the very first. Obviously, he didn't invent this strategy, but he brought it back. So it's like re-pioneering. Discovering a path that people walked in ancient times. Is that an early... Yeah, kind of early adopter. He was starting the Renaissance. He was starting the Renaissance, I would say. Here we go. Stormbolt, right click again with a timely bash. He could be dead. A little bit unlucky with the bashes so far. And you know what? You can't even get a bash when you're not on level 2. See, I gotta learn a thing or two about Warcraft 3 again after not watching for 4 days. Double gloves of haste, by the way. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Give me all them bashes, man. Give me all them right clicks. But we also need a lot of healing here. We got 2 fake Demon Hunters. Stormbolt. Didn't prevent it with the burn. Is that closed? Bash? What the hell? He's just dead. That's crazy. Not unanticipated, but that was crazy. Well, well, well. You're gone from the game for 4 days. And you think, maybe the Night Elves learned a thing or two. and you'll be welcomed back with open arms and a B2W rip. A classic. No boots, no staff against the double gloves Mountain King. What do you expect? This game is pretty much over, guys. What the hell do you expect when you walk into this fortified position like that? The wand was nice, indeed. I agree. This happens to a lot of elves, that they try to be so flashy and they try to be so cute and think like 4 steps ahead, and then they fumble the very, very, very basics. Resource management, hero positioning. Nothing new though. Nothing new. How do you stop Infi in this position? Infi can do whatever he wants now. No, Mr. Youngfang, I didn't see anything in the past couple of days. After streaming every day for 3 weeks. I took my mind off the game for a little bit just to be back for another marathon of 3 weeks. Yep. The series continues in the fashion the first 2 games went as well. Very one-sided, colorful, with a huge blunder that is unacceptable on the pro level, throwing the strongest hero in the game away just like that. For Infi. Being confident to play Infi on Twisted Meadows, as Infi is known as one of the greatest macro player this game has ever seen, is a statement, especially when he can make you suffer with tanks, with mass air. You gotta be ready for that, but recently Night Elves have been ready for that with Demon Hunter, with Panda, or Naga into Panda, whatever it is. Couple of options. You gotta respect the hammers, man. You gotta respect the hammers even in the early stages. It's not that, and it's been the pattern of Colorful's entire season. It's not that his game plans are fundamentally wrong. He has great moves in his games. That was true against Happy on day 1. I keep on mentioning this because it was such a great performance by Colorful. But then there's always this one mistake. Allowing Happy to build a 100 supply army. Losing Demon Hunters. And it's still, after half the season is over, it's still the same. Like, how great was the Shredder snipe? Fantastic, well done, well thought out, well executed. But then 5 minutes later, the hero falls. Like, it's the basics. My Ocaline, thank you for the tier 1. No disruption thus far. Infi got a clean start. Scroll of the Beast can be very useful later. Got some firepower with the mercs. Got some free creeping. Colorful beat Infi a few days ago. Looked so much better. Yeah, I wonder if there's like extra pressure because it's Super League. And they try to be too cute. We'll see about that. Expo coming up. Tech running. No Huntress all in AP situation, but there were some wisps on the map maybe? No, it was just trailing mercenaries. There have been some super cool AP pushes on tier 2, pioneered by Life. Also on this map. Oh, the Bursey though. That's again so much XP. With Vamp Aura and Boots, you should be in great shape. Hunting down that dwarf, get rid of all his mana. Now, of course, no risk of being surrounded. But Expo is running without too much damage here. I feel like instead of here, Demon Hunter should be here. But with that staff equipped, maybe that's the future. We get a counter expansion by Colorful. It very much looks like he's willingly going into a macro game. And Infi's going for the counter push to elevate some pressure. Got the staff. Both got the staff. Both got the boots. Both can respond, but at what time? How much damage can you do here? Ancients are coming up. Infi hits that timing perfectly again, just as he did before. And that delays the Dryads, and that delays the Bears and the Reju. Time to do some damage with Immo. Very cool development by the elves to just sacrifice the mana to blast out their damage. Kill units under the shadow of the Arcane Tower. It's exactly what you want. Demon Hunter at home now. One lore is coming up, not the second one. Oh, now the Demon Hunter is getting surrounded here. Again, gotta be careful about these bashes. If you wait too long... Oh, that's a lot of damage, though. Only Footman suffering. Bash, there it is. Not enough. Well calculated this time. Still losing a Moonwell over it. If he gets the Bursey and maybe another Footman, that's huge. No denies by Infi. Colorful is fighting back strong after that tragedy of Game 3. And Expo is up. Can you still stop Infi from building that same 70 food army that he had before? Is it maybe tier 3 tank play? Now that he saw the Naga, that he knows that the second lore is late. One of the better early games by Colorful, I'd say. Especially the Immolation Harass, I very, very, very like. I've been saying this pretty much for a year straight since I've seen DICE in Dortmund terrorizing all the humans with high pressure. And it didn't really change since then. You gotta slow down the human economy. Maybe the return of the Beastmaster is imminent that way. Colorful gets a Shredder. Nice. Rune Braces against the Mountain King. Always nice to reduce spell damage. Infi has to make some calls, and Infi is making the call for tier 3. Ooh, boy. We get the workshop. Honk, honk. We get a tank game, boys. Exactly what we want to see. If you see players like Infi or Moon on Twisted Meadows, you're always hoping for this. This is so great. In macro. Usually. And I gotta say, Colorful can play these games too. His expo was very, very, very much delayed, even though he started it quite early at tier 2. Do we need a panda? Do we need a tinker? There's a lot of answers to tanks. Mass Ancients of War, Muddy, Talents, Heroes, of course. Oh, almost a creep check opportunity. Infi trying to stay up a base. Building a base here obviously means that there's no pressure here. There's more workshops. Infi could, if he wants to be a little cheeky, go for mass gyrocopters. First and foremost, he's got to survive though. Huge damage, nice timing in the shadows of the towers, and Infi's third base. Oh, sweet save. Infi's third base has been destroyed. So it's even. And the Ancient of War is willing to make sure that there's nothing like this happening anymore. Ancient of Wind, lovely. You can't expect either Zeppelin drops, so getting vision with a hippo is super nice. You know you will be facing tanks, so having crows is nice. It is tanks indeed. Oh, tanks into air. Oh, it's not a full commitment. Love that play by Colorful though. Into the base. Fork Lightning available. Arcane Tower didn't focus the Naga, so there's a lot of AoE. Can he prevent this Paladin? I agree that doing economy damage is currently more important. There is a Shredder though. Oh, lovely Fork Lightnings as well. These attacks, man, they're so dangerous, and Colorful plays it well. Gets rid of the Shredder, gets rid of the towers, and if you get rid of the towers now, you can later drop with a Zeppelin into that base again. I very much like the game plan. I have nothing but positive things to say about Colorful's game here on game 4 so far. Only one tower remaining. Many peasants dead. But Infi, look at that. Trying to be a little cheeky here with the towers. And talents are coming. Talents are coming, anticipating the Griffin. Did he see the Griffin? Oh yeah, he did see the Griffin Aviary. And I love that he's not going Hippos against them. I love that he's going Talents against them. Talents do insane damage versus air units with piercing. Talents give Fairy Fire, so you scout basically with the enemy moving as they track this. If there's no air units, minus armor is always fantastic. That's what we love about the Orb of Corruption. And if your opponent plays tanks, then Fairy Fire is helping there as well. Emerald, thank you for the 74-month streak, my dude. Much love, much love, much love. You're still my favorite Pokemon game out there. Tanks have arrived as a distraction. There's no big commitment. Or Muddy. There's no commitment to these tanks. We don't see like 3-2 upgrades. Muddy is amazing because it's tanks. They're mechanical. They can still be slowed. It's still a lot of damage though. More damage than you want. So we've seen a couple of other Night Elves not utilizing all the tools that you got. I kind of forgot who it was, but we've seen no Muddy, no Talents. Blew my mind. But as I said, Colorful is a very good anti-tank player. And we go into the base once again. Infi got a second Shredder. And this level 5. It's night and day from the last map. Who's making the right decisions though? There's a lot of structural damage. Colorful is supply blocked with all the attacks and the tanks. We do have Nature's Blessing. Both take heavy economy damage with the second Shredder falling. Trying to go for a little bit of a base raise as it seems. We do have Griffins in the air against the base. Colorful has to sack this base, I think. If he portals in here, Griffins destroy you. So I think it's the right call. Picking up units one after the next. Infi on 2 bases is down to 8 peasants. Can't take the castle for that, it's too powerful. But maybe, just maybe, he can get some damage done here. Naga in trouble. Invo Potion willing to stay in. If you're willing to fight these Griffins, why don't you TP earlier? Isn't this the perfect position for the Griffin? Colorful also supply block. Oh boy. Blood Mage though. Getting killed. No staff by Infi. Big mistake. Mountain King level 5. Yeah, there was no Staff of Sanctuary. Why is there no Staff of Sanctuary? It is the perfect call to fight in this. Colorful brings back the series 2-2. And the Griffins, not as powerful. We haven't even seen a Talon fight in here. This army then wasn't fight ready. Colorful with a way better assessment. Thinking, okay, this is your army? Really? That's laughable. I just fight this. I got my strong demon. I got my strong Naga. I don't even need an anti-air army to deal with this. Now Colorful's got to return that. I think everything is possible on game 5. From a great 6-base game for 30 minutes to one of the players does something stupid and the game ends in 5 minutes. With these players, everything can happen at any given time. You know the Infi early GGs that can happen. For Infi, it would be so important to finally get one of these big wins. Just to give him a little bit of momentum. Same for Colorful, to be fair. Instant Expo it is. While Life is usually a player on a game like this, game 5, like late in the series, he'd rather go for an all-in. I think Moon would do something similar. Colorful wants to go into the late game once again. Expo here, Expo here. It seems a bit similar to game 1, actually. So, we got 4 units. You can surround. Turning on immolation, so there's already a lot of damage. This surround is closed. Can he fight out? It very much looks like it. Oh, Infi rotating his footman out here. We do have bash. Again, careful, but this was nicely assessed, I think, by Colorful. I can tank this. No problem. I'm gonna do a lot of damage, and then you can't creep. Again, boots, no staff. Playing this without staff feels greedy. But of course, you have limited resources available if you expand. But now there's also no threat of being surrounded anymore. If you have lower than 4 units, you cannot surround. Gotta be extremely unlucky to get bashed like 3 times in the face. And a shop is very, very necessary for Infi. I think Infi has no tempo currently. Building a shop early also means you delay your tech. Tech is running for Colorful. Gold mine is coming. So far, again, I got nothing to criticize. Maybe this last refuge game was a bit of a wake-up call for Colorful. Steals the shredder for extra lumber. Love it. Very different Colorful compared to LR. But of course, Infi can turn everything around in any given time. But it's 80% of a level. Footmen together, strong. And again, no staff. Careful, careful, Colorful. He's walking a high wire here. Could fall at any given moment. At the moment, it's looking great though. Even gets a footman. So usually I'd probably criticize that you're not at the human's face, you're not at his economy, you gotta harass, you know my shtick. But this was an excellent defensive play. Not a single sword hit towards that second base of Colorful. Got the shredder, got the level lead. Very little to complain at the moment. Oh, Frost Arrow not enabled. Got it. And another freebie. Smooth Eel. Thank you very much for the 7-month, brother. Stay smooth. Stay eely. Mountain King is trying to disrupt this on level 2 by himself. This feels like a lot of wasted time. So, what are we thinking, judging from the first 7 minutes? Strong Demon Hunter versus not that well-developed Mountain King. Lots of gold in the bank, but Infi actually struggling with lumber. At the arrival of tier 2, he just queued Archmage Double Sanctum. That explains the lumber. Very precise, but can't go for long range at the moment. And Colorful reads the game well, reads the creep route well. Demon Hunter damage through the roof if he gets a better connection, and he immediately corrects the position. Beautifully done. Colorful with another creep check here. Everything is heard once again. He gets the big Sasquatch. So well done. Hey, Flippy.
BTW Sunday equals fun day. Love you, Neo.
Let's go, Flippy. Let's go. Dude, this Mountain King is still not level 3, and dare I say it, boys.
A player's forces are under attack.
Infi's timing push is definitely gonna be weaker than before. We had an Archmage 1-base timing that worked. That didn't work on Springtime. Then we had a Mountain King Archmage timing on Autumn Leaves that was way too easy for Infi. I gotta say, this seems to be a very competitive map. Maybe the most even map thus far. This time we're not skipping Dryads. There's no Blizzard just yet. Curious how much time this Archmage gets. Bears out. Big heal potion on the demon. Perfect. We're working on that Fork Lightning. Ooh, the calm before the storm. Now it feels like both players have reached their potential. They're tapping their potential. Love this build a lot more. A lot more. Can't be killed by one Blizzard. Hovering Umlaut, thank you very much for continuing the gift sub you got by Young Fang. Oh, sweet staff timing. That could have been a bear for free. No more mana on the Mountain King. And you got to fight with an Ancient of War. I said this last week, or maybe it was earlier this week. Ancients of War see way more usage than before in the late game stages. Very nice distraction. Very nice, like, target dummy, basically. Blizzard, still strong, except against Dryads, of course, that are magic immune. Immolation does a lot of damage. Heal Scroll gets rid of all that damage. Everything is hurt here. Uh-oh, Colorful. Is that fight a little bit too early? Does he have to fight out in the open? 100 meters away from his saving Moonwells. There is a TP. Colorful can get out at any time. So he got 1,000 gold. He doesn't have to fight this. but he is willing to. Doesn't want to take structural damage. The creeps are helping Colorful. Nature's blessing, basically. And Infi is losing tons and tons and tons of units. Colorful's assessment, once again, correct. Similar to what we've seen on Twisted, where we also thought, oh, Infi just got the expansion. This must be looking good for him. No, it absolutely is not. Good stabs, good re-stabs. Demon Hunter, though, used the potion. If he's bashed, he's dead. Staff out. Playing it so risky. He doesn't have a staff to get back in, though. Fork Lightning onto units, ignoring that Mountain King, even though there was a staff. Did he push too far? There's definitely going to be some kills here now, but it's a whooping 20 food lead for Colorful. And Infi fighting a creep spot and Colorful at the same time. Not the smartest. We're going into breakers now. Great, of course, to create a buffering zone for the Blizzard, to do some extra damage on bears that have mana, and to have a front line in general. But Colorful, I think, should be confident here. Gets the heal scroll, gets an invuln, still has that TP. How healthy is this army, though? New bears are trickling in. Every bear is another rejuve. And Infi needs to play. Not saying that it's impossible to win from here. But it's very rough. And again, triple Ancient of Lore. Chat points it out. We've seen this before at Autumn Leaves. There is, if you go for a Shredder early, you can definitely afford it. We know Dryads are expensive. We know you're on a timer and you need the bears. But Warcraft 3 is not a game of 2 production buildings anymore. No, no. Naga in trouble. Got that invuln pass, but might not need it if the bears are arriving. And Infi just taps out. Doesn't give us the big bang. He had 2 match points and he lost them both. Kind of a disaster for Infi, and it shows once again. He is not in tip-top shape, but the recovery by Colorful throughout the series was marvelous. That beating that he took on Last Refuge, not easy to stomach.